Thank you, Mr. Mukesh Gupta. I would now like to welcome Mr. Amrish Ojha, Head of Support India, to provide insight on Enterprise Support and SAP Solution Manager. Mr. Ojha, please.
No, I don't think I'll change the slides. I just wanted to say good morning to all of you. And I think last Friday I had an internal discussion with some of my team members regarding this award. And then I volunteered that I will come to Bombay and meet up with you all and also present. My name is Amrish and I head the support for SAP in India. I have been with SAP for about 10 plus years, and some of you who have been customers for a long time would have interacted with me or met me on various occasions. I have to congratulate the India user group and Mukesh, because when we started, we used to struggle to find customers wanting to become a user group member, because in 2000, everyone was trying to figure out what is SAP. And now with 450 customers, I think SAP user group itself has become very powerful and is a key influencer in what SAP does in India. Not only that, I would also like to have a quick introduction with all of you. So if you don't mind, for 5 minutes, maybe we take the mic around or something, just introduce so that I know you all better.
Good morning, everybody. I am Yashwant Maheshram from Cropsol Technology Solutions Private Limited in Indore. I am a partner and we do implement SAP for our customers.
Including Solution Manager?
We are. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Myself Ajay Khopikar from Shipping Corporation of India. We do have SAP products, including Solution Manager.
Hello everybody, Soma Tandon from Shipping Corporation of India. We've implemented SAP products. We do use Solution Manager, but to a very restricted this. So I think my takeaway would, I'd like to know what is it that Solution Manager offers. If you're offering excellence awards, there must be things we can do with Solution Manager.
You won't believe it, a lot of things have been done by customers today in India.
Good morning everyone. My name is Shriyansh. I'm from Colgate Palmolive, India. We do actively use Solution Manager for most of our activities, and I'll be interested to know what more we can use from Solution Manager. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nikhil. I'm also from Colgate Palmolive.
I'm Rajiv. I'm also from Colgate Palmolive, and I head the governance category there. And we are actually we work very closely with SAP on Solution Manager actually. Yeah. So we have a partnership with them actually.
Hi, I'm Sunil Bhatt from Mahindra Limited. We also have a Solution Manager, and we also just upgraded to 7.1 and want to see that what other customers done here.
Hi, my name is Ram. I'm from Mahindra.
Hi, I'm Jain from Blue Star Limited. We have implemented Solution Manager and we are using Charm and Service Desk.
You're from Blue Star? Huh?
Blue Star, yeah.
Good morning. I'm Amit Prayag from Blue Star.
Just a second. Hi, good morning all of you. And my name is Mahindra Kandukuri. I'm from Aditya Birla Group. We've recently upgraded the Solution Manager 7.1. We have a shared Solution Manager across 16 SAP landscapes, and just wanted to see what we can leverage of 7.1.
Which company?
Aditya Birla Group.
For Aditya Birla Group.
Yeah.
So you're doing it at the corporate level?
Yes. Thanks all of you.
Hello, I am Santan Raman from Hetero Drugs Limited. In fact, I just joined about a year back. We have not yet started using a Solution Manager. I am in the process of implementing Solution Manager. I have been in SAP practice for the last 14 years.
Yes, myself, K. Satish Kumar. I am also came from Heterodex Limited, Hyderabad.
So you have already gone live with SAP?
No, sir. In Solution Manager, you are going to plan.
But what about the SAP products?
SAP products last 5 years also.
We are there for the last 4 years.
Hello everybody, I am Ashish Kawatra from C8 Tires. We do use Solution Manager and we plan to upgrade it to the new 7.1, so just want to see how it helps us.
Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Vineet Agarwal, I'm from Planet Retail. We are on SAP IS Retail, we are on the retail platform, and we also use SAP POS. And as regards to Solution Manager, we are new to it and we are in process of implementing it.
So you use SAP POS for all your stores?
Yes.
Myself, Ajay Kumar Mishra, I am also from Plant Retail Holdings Private Limited.
Hi, my name is Nishan Khanolkar. I am from General Mills India Private Limited, and we have implemented EHP for Solution Manager 7, and now we are planning to have Solution Manager 7.1 in the landscape. We are using SAP products for quite some time now. So we just want to understand how to go about it. Thanks.
Okay, I'm Sanjay from Bharat Petroleum, and we do use Solution Manager in a big way, and BPCL Solution Manager is sitting right here.
My name is Joseph. We use Solution Manager extensively from operations to monitoring to change management to support desk to testing applications. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Ghanshyam Yadav. I'm from Bharat Petroleum. So like I said, we are using Solution Manager quite extensively, and we have also participated in a 7.1 ramp up, and now we have upgraded to the latest version SP04. And we are using it for almost all operations like monitoring, administration, change management, reporting, and then now the testing management and all. Okay, thank you.
Hi, good morning everybody. I am Sanjit Pal from Bharat Petroleum. I am also along with this team and I am working in the support desk feature. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anuradha Katti from L&T. We are also using Solution Manager quite extensively, but I am here to see what more can be done.
Yeah, but I didn't see your nomination.
There was somebody else who was going. Yeah, nomination we plan to do maybe next year. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. I am Jatinder. I am from Air India, and we are currently in the process of implementing SAP at Air India.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Akif Kandlekar from Parsons Packaging, and we are planning for upgrading our Solution Manager. We are currently using in a very limited way. We would like to know further what we can explore in Solution Manager 7.1. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Minesh. I'm also from Parsons. In fact, we went live on SAP products with basic models in 2008 March, and now we are looking for the next phase of SAP products, including Solution Manager and plus BI and further products. Thank you.
Hi, this is Ashish here from Tata International. We have been using ECC 6.0, just migrated last week. And we wanted to explore more what else can be done in Solution Managers. That is why I'm here.
So thank you very much. Oh, very sorry.
I'm Venugopal from Indofil Industries. We are
From
into
which
SAP.
one?
Sorry?
From which company?
Indofil Industries. We are into SAP since 2010. And the Solution Manager we are not using extensively. It's basic module only. Thanks.
Anybody else or no?
This is Ankur Chavan from Unichem Laboratories. We are using ECC 6 since last 3 years, and we are not using Solution Manager much in detail, just for logging the issues.
All right. Okay. So I will not run the presentation, but I have 2-3 messages for you all. One is that the Solution Manager is SAP's product for managing your entire IT landscape, and there's no cost associated with the product. In fact, Solution Manager today sells more or is used more than any of the competing products from any other vendors. SAP has been working on it since 2003. In fact, when I was in 2003, when I tried to do a roadshow on Solution Manager, many customers understood it's some new SME product. They didn't really understand the advantage of the solution manager. And the first people who came forward, at least in my context, was BPCL. They offered to play with Solution Manager 2.0, or which version was it at that time. At that time, also knowledge in the country was limited. Today, I'm happy to say that we have the development of Solution Manager, Dinesh Rao and Rajiv, who are part of SAP Labs, who are actually developing a lot of tools on Solution Manager in India. So today we have been able to bring to you a lot of our experts from the Solution Manager field in this forum. Another thing that I wanted to point out to you is that when I looked at the presentation of some of you, I was really impressed with the work that you have done. And some of the work has been done by your in-house teams. That means you don't necessarily have to buy costly consulting to do some of these jobs. And in fact, I would say companies like Colgate, BPCL have done a lot on this. Maybe you can act as a model, or you can help the other customers to implement most of these things in Solution Manager. Because I go and meet various customers, and sometimes the partners quote exorbitant rates to the customer for doing something on Solution Manager, which sometimes can be done by simple reading documentation. So for us, Solution Manager is very, very important that a customer has, and that's why we bought this presentation about how Solution Managers helps us in support. Another thing that we talk in the presentation today is what are the things that we offer, and what are the web pages where information on Solution Manager is available so that you exploit it more. And that's why we wanted to start today's context by talking about these things. And then you have the detailed presentation on each and every topic as you go forward, where we explain what are the things that are in Solution Manager. I would say most of you, please take it, since this is a small group, take it in a very interactive way, see what is beneficial that BPCL has done. Maybe you can bring it in your organization, something that Colgate has done, something that Mahindra has done, which can be brought and to other customers as well. So with this, I want to hand it over to Shiva Ramachandra, who is slightly better on technical topics than I am. So Shiva.
Morning. Since when you introduced, I found that some of the audience is pretty new to SAP, less than 5 years. I'll just touch something on why do you pay AMC to SAP. So it means that year over year you have been paying a sum to SAP. So why are you paying it, and how does that translate into Solution Manager as a tool? What is the relationship between these two? So that's what I'm going to do. First is touch base on why enterprise support, move on to Solution Manager, and then finally touch something called customer competency. So now, when I start about enterprise support, let me just discuss why. So year over year, you'll be paying a fixed sum to SAP. It might be whatever be the percentage, a percentage of amount to SAP. There will always be a query, what am I getting for it? Let me just step back and take an analogy. My mom is a doctor, so I always like to use a doctor example. So typical SAP support of old times was just like when you come to me with a symptom, I just give you a medicine. That was my original support. That's my OSS message channel. You come to me, if you have a pain, you raise a ticket, I resolve the issue. That's it. That was my traditional interaction, which was always the only interaction with my customers. But then that was not sufficient. For example, we have colleagues from Colgate here. If I resolve an issue for Colgate, some issue in Bombay, it might boomerang somewhere in Brazil. So SAP is not able to understand the entire complexity of it when I just look at it from a issue perspective or the symptom. I need to understand the root cause. This is the customer's complexity, because customers started using SAP for more of their business landscapes. Internal view. Initially, I was only offering an ERP solution, but today I'm offering ERP, BI, CRM, SRM. You name any three-letter word, SAP might be having a solution in that three-letter word. So these complexities keep increasing. So when I give a recommendation for, let's say, logistics issue, looking at ERP, it might boomerang somewhere in my supply chain management. So that tight coupling is also happening. So SAP understood that the traditional model of you coming to me and just me resolving the symptom is not sufficient. That is where enterprise support came. Now, let me look at what do you get. The first one, morning, we were discussing about localization. and legal updates. So I'll just pick it up. The first one is legal updates. So we work closely with all the ministries and other entities to get the requirements in advance so that we start some of the developments so that the moment it is announced, we are able to ship it within a reasonable time. Not all, whichever is valid for the entire industry. So that's the first part that you get by using SAP. The second one is you'll be seeing something called bug fixes and developer support. What does it mean? Whenever you raise a ticket, I have to respond to it. I have a Google database of all issues of all customers worldwide. Today, if you stop me and ask me supply chain management for, let's say, a flat steel industry in this scenario, what all can happen wrong, I have the database. So the first is for me to do a simple Google. Google is a term which is known for all of us. Do a Google, which is a first level search to tell you what might be wrong. In case it's a first of a kind issue, I need to do a code correction. That's when my bug fixes team comes in. So we own the first level support and the second level support both together. The third one is product development. We invest a significant portion of your AMC money back into the product because today you must be aware that there is no more question of an upgrade. It's all an update. Previously we had an upgrade from 4.5 to 4.6 to 4.7. It was all new releases. Today it's all pure patching. You just have to do an update between EHP 1 to 2 to 3. So that is what we do by investing all into new development. So this is what we do. This I was doing earlier. But then the bottom part is where the main difference comes. Let me just go back to my doctor example. So far what I was doing, I was just resolving your symptoms. I was not attacking the root cause. But I kept on collecting the information as to what all goes wrong, what all causes a production down situation, what all is done right, what all is done wrong. So both sides of the coin, I am aware of it. What did I do? I just package it into sort of a Crocin, Anacin, whatever it is. That is my CQC services. Continuous quality checks, the last bottom, around 5 o'clock question, you find something called continuous quality checks. That's something like an OTC medicine. I open a pharmacy, you need to come to me, I have headache, the medicine is there. For most of the common pain, I have built it. In your SAP language, what does it mean? If you come and tell me I have a performance, I have a resolution for it. If you come and tell me I have a data consistency issue, I have a solution for it. If you come and tell me data growth is my issue, I have a solution. So for most of the common issues which is faced by customers, I'll say 80% of the common issues, there are solutions in SAP. But still, even for this, it's not fine for SAP because you have to do a self-diagnosis. You need to find your pain, then only you have to come back to me. So that was still not foolproof. So what did we do? Just like your BP monitor and thermometer, we have put everything into a tool and we have shipped it out. So essentially, 90% of your common self-diagnostic should be possible in your tool, which should help you to self-resolve the pain. If anything is beyond your capabilities, then only you should be able to come to us. Because when you come to us, there is a lead time. I need about 3 weeks to schedule, deliver. Why? You should be self-sufficient. That is where my solution manager as a tool comes into picture. So all my learnings, I am starting to put it back into solution manager so that you can leverage at your premise, at your convenience. So simple pain points. Let's assume you talk about performance issue. That should be there in my solution manager. If you talk about customer coding, it should be there in my solution manager. You have to think of your IT organization, what all is your pain. Last 3 years, look back, these are the reasons I had a production down situation or I had my fights with my business. If you take that list and look it back into solution manager, believe me, 90% of the common ones would have been preventable and they are tools in solution manager. So that is the context for solution manager as a tool. So moving away from the traditional model, we developed remote services. We also developed the tools which will help you be self-sufficient. So this is what is your contribution goes for. Any question? I don't want to hold it till the end. So any questions anytime, you can just fire it at me. Now let me go a bit more into detail on Solution Manager. So what do? We have discussed that why Enterprise Edition, why Enterprise Support or Solution Manager Enterprise Edition. So now for Enterprise Support, I've built the tools. Fine, I've built a BP monitor, I've built a thermometer, I've given it to you, but that is still piecemeal. I should give you a methodology by which you can step by step realize or how to utilize it. So that's what I'm going to cover it next. So if you look at it, we have created a methodology by which using Solution Manager, you can first do a 360-degree review. What is a 360-degree review? It will ask you step by step. When I said, do you have a performance pain? What does it mean by a performance? It's too vague a concept. It's too wide a topic. For a performance for you might be different from what it is for me. You might be looking at a SAP GUI level performance. I might be looking at a database level performance. There's lots of different ways of interpretation. So there should be a uniform standard. So that is what we do in our 360-degree review. So if you go to your Solution Manager, you'll be having a questionnaire which you can self-answer. At the end of it, will tell you what is your common top issues. Once you have that issue, system will automatically generate a benefit case. If you resolve that pain, let's assume performance is something which we all know. Let me just take it. Just like fever, it's one of the most commonly abused word. So let me take performance as a word. So assume I found that performance is an issue. What is the benefit for my business if I resolve it? System should be able to generate the benefit case based on our past history. Then it should be able to generate a support plan. What is a support plan? For performance, you have a custom program. These 10 programs, you need to generate a program optimization. These 5 tables, you have a performance issue. So you need to do a SQL optimization. So these kind of support plan system should be able to generate it automatically. Let me just first put my demands. So that is what I mean by a support plan. Once the support plan is scheduled, services. I'll take EarlyWatch. EarlyWatch 5 years back, you had to request for SAP. Today it's available in your tool, available on a weekly basis. Similarly, when I look at services, the 2 examples which I gave you, program optimization, SQL, system should then run it and give you the recommendations automatically. These are my SQL statements which are expensive. For these statements, these are the indexes to be created or deleted, whatever it is, system should do. If you cannot resolve it, at that stage, you can utilize my continuous quality check, CQC services. So either the tools are available, if the pain is too deep or too wide, it cannot be resolved, then you call us, we'll help you. The moment it gets over, tool should give you options to measure and analyze. Measurement, what do I mean? Let's assume I have a firm which is there in India, where I support all 15 countries. Vietnam as a country has been cribbing me, saying that I have performance issues. But I say all countries world through it, ABJ is fine. Why is you alone cribbing? There is something lack in perception, and I just drop it down because it's a tiny droplet in my overall plan. Or within India, I might say one plant in Surat is having performance issues. Or one plant in Surat keeps on saying that my connectivity goes down. I just ignore it because they are too small a droplet. But here, I have an option to create a dashboard, to create metrics, and start measuring what is wrong in them. So I can do targeted measurement and analysis. And then I report the results saying that it is resolved. So this entire stream is today available foolproof within Solution Manager. So when I do this, so I have said that the Solution Manager as a platform is required for this. So number one, I gave you the entire methodology how to realize. That entire methodology, you need a tool to put it in, which the tool here is Solution Manager. And the methodology that we'll be discussing is Application Lifecycle Management and runs up as a methodology. Assume you still feel, fine, you have given me everything, but I still need some more empowerment. We have created an academy, just like a university. An academy is available with all possible trainings to leverage. So whatever we are discussing here, probably we'll be discussing in 1 hour or 2 hours. After that, what? I've attended the end of day. I'm said that I'm interested in topic A, B, and C. After this, what? When I go back, I need to put it back in my systems, for which SAP offers lots and lots of expert guided implementations in my support academy, which you can leverage. And enterprise support is not only about proactiveness. Assume you have a crisis, you have an issue, you should still have a protection. That is where we have support academy or support advisory councils, enterprise support advisory. Some of you might have been approached by a support advisory. It's a 24/7, we have a call center, we also do calling campaigns, we reach out to you. So you have them to call back. So we have proactive, we have the methodologies, we have the tools, and we have a people to empower you. So this is what is enterprise support. So now, I think I've touched what is enterprise support. Let me not take that topic again. Let me step into what are we discussing here, solution manager as a tool. So solution manager as a tool was brought in just for bringing in all that SAPs wanted to cascade to you. Your business runs SAP, fine. Your business IT should run automated. That is the whole objective. Run SAP just like any factory will be running. So it means that my people should be removed or resolved of their day-to-day activities which the tool can do it, and they should be able to look at more high-end activities. Simple, I come from consulting background. So in consulting, if I am a 3.1 consultant, I can know for certain extent 4.0, but will I ever know ECC 6? No. So in case I'm forced to use or implement a 4.0 or a ECC 6, what do? I'll restrict myself to my knowledge. I will never step beyond what I know. I know the process, I know probably your oil and gas business, I know probably your FMCG business, but when it comes to the product, I will restrict myself to what I know. I will not step out. So in case I have a tool which gives everything, system administration, I might know only 2 options. If the system says these 16 options are possible in system monitoring, in system administration, these are all possible, then I have to just pick and choose what is relevant for me. So that is what I look at empowering a true business. So we'll be discussing these into few different headings. That's the whole purpose of having a headings here. So now let me look at, I've discussed enterprise support. Now let me come into one more level, tactical level. What all do we discuss here? Simple. We all are using SAP. So let me start from our life cycle. Today evening or tomorrow morning, what happens? We receive lots of tickets from my business. Day to day it happens. That's my starting point for any change. So when that change happens, I should be able to capture it and then start responding to it. So solution manager as a tool helps me to capture incidents and then start working on it. So no more we discuss on tracking the incidents in, let's say, Excel sheet or anything. Solution manager helps me to track my incidents. That's the first one. An incident can be a bug fix or can lead to a change. Assuming it leads to a change, what happens? A new project starts. So I start a new project. So in a new project, what do I have? So I'll need all my business requirements, I need to manage my projects, I need to manage my portfolio. All the program and project management stuff should be available within my tool. Let me not use the word solution manager also. The tool which is being used should have everything. Fine, I have started my project. So there was a change which came in. That change led to a project. That project led to my execution part. In an execution, what do? I start with my documentation. Except 1 or 2 forms where we proactively put or update all my documentation, majority of the customers, the documentations become obsolete. I'll have multiple versions in multiple places, it becomes obsolete at some point in time. Whatever I do, it's a common one, I'm not blaming you, but that's a common one. So to avoid it is what SAP does by putting the solution documentation in a tool called Solution Manager. So what happens? This solution documentation reflects, number 1, your business process. Number 2, it uses the SAP's repository and tree structure and directly linked to my transaction. So what happens is there is never an opportunity for a change to happen without updating my documentation here. So the moment you link these two, which is your solution documentation and your actual systems, all changes will have to be done first by updating your solution documentations. The moment I update it here, I start that practice. That's it. That's the end point for me to ensure that always my process will be up to date. There will be challenges because you have gone through the process. Because a common question, I've been using SAP for 5 years, for 10 years. All my documentation relies out. What do I do? Even for that, SAP gives tools to bring it back. System can analyze, bring it back, probably not to 100%, to 80%. And then it's only a question of putting that additional 20% efforts to bring your documentation to the final touches. Fine, my documentation is in Solution Manager. Let me just, one more I missed out is, in case my documentation is there, what do I also get? Today we have been discussing that SAP gives everything as enhancement packages. Let's assume today I'm saying EHP 6 is in the market or EHP 7 is about to be released. Let's assume any number. I'm in EHP 1. What is the delta between my release to EHP 7? Every one of us have bought SAP. It's a sunk cost. It's a cost which I have put in SAP. I have invested for a joint partnership. SAP has released an EHP 7. Why am I not leveraging? Only reason is fear of unknown. Fear of unknown. Because I do not know where I stand. I know what the product offers, but I do not know where I stand to compare between where I stand versus what SAP offers. The moment I am clear on where I stand, I'll be able to compare it and leverage the benefits. So that option is also available. The moment you bring your documentation, system can do an analysis between where you stand versus what is offered in EHP 6 or in any future releases for you to compare. Now, fine, I've done my documentation. After that, what? I need to test it. I need to do some changes. I need to release it. So most of us have been using SAP. Apart from the few who have been using SAP Solution Manager, let's look at the life before that. I come from consulting. So what do? Always, I as a team lead, end of a cycle, let's assume June 30th, I say this entire project of 1 year has to be released. What do? I pick up all the transports prepared in my name, just do a consolidation, Excel VLOOKUP, and then send it to production. I don't send it to production, I send it to my QA. 99% what happens? 3 or 4 transports will be missing or wrong transport would have been sent. Why? Because I do it outside the system. But the moment I link my change management will be linked to a project. So all you have to say is release this project. All the transports associated with that project, the latest versions will be going out. So we have change management, we have test management, automated test tools are being provided, the test packages are provided. So your regression testing can be much, much simpler if you start utilizing these. Fine. Now let's come to have this question. Any change that you have done, let's say EHP 1 to EHP 6, I have done it, but have I done it in the best possible way? You need some validations. You need some, all that we have been discussing, I can do it manually. No one is going to stop me. I can do everything manually. But what is the guarantee that I've done it in the best way for least disruption for my business? That's all about validation. Now, let's look at maintenance optimization and security. So this was a project phase. We had discussed in a project phase. Now, I'll be starting my operations phase. Pure operations. It's in the run phase. In a run phase, what do? I need to maintain my landscape. So EHP 1 to EHP 6. I need to do it without causing business disruption. Assume you might be having your own SLA with your business. 99.5% availability, 99.8% availability, all those kind of things. Can I come back to you and say if a business is running 24/7, I ask you for a 2 days downtime just for an EHP update? No, it is not feasible. So I need to minimize it. Along with it, I need to also reduce my custom coding. One common pain point which each of us will be having is number of Z coding in my system. Let's accept the fact. Z coding, SAP's original intention was every customer 90% is common. 10% is your business uniqueness, which should never be compromised. Fine. But if that 10% becomes 30, 40, 50, then there is something wrong. Today, if I look back at my system, most of the systems, I can just open the box and say, there will be a big chunk of baggage lying in your systems. Baggage because 5 years back when you did your implementation, someone, due to their lack of knowledge or due to that product constraints on that day, you had to go for a Z. Fine, I went for a Z during my 4.0 days or 3.1 days. Today I'm in ECC 6. What is available new? So for that question, Solution Manager has a tool called Custom Code Maintainability Check, Custom Code Management. So what does it do? It just looks at your entire solution. What programs has not been used in the last 1 year? Clean them out. What tables have 0 entries? Clean them out. And then what is very close to SAP standard? It doesn't look by the names because it uses at the base is still the repository of SAP. So it can find out which programs you had at that time copied into or cloned into a Z. Can I move it back into standard? What if it is in one of your critical business process? Your business runs mission critical systems on that process, and in between you have a cloned solution. You might be living with it, but what if the tool finds out that there is a standard option available? Makes a big difference for your business. So these, in fact, we have done a couple of recent studies for few big customers. We have found nearly 2/3 of programs was never used. And nearly 1/4, not 1/4, 40 to 50% of tables were literally empty, 0 entries, were never accessed. So why should I keep having it? If I have it, what happens? Whenever you do a change, you'll have to test everything. So the entire cycle of your cost keeps increasing. So at some time, we need to start looking at it. That is what is the objective of here. So we'll be looking at reducing your customer coding. Is there any benefit for me? Yes. There is a benefit because SAP is no more a platform, it's a solution. Many core modules, let me put it, SAP has become a platform. We don't want it. So that is the whole purpose of this. Final? Not final. The next part is pure operations. Lots of basis people might be here. We also had some people on service desk and other things. Pure, for me to run my SAP, what all should I do? It's got lots of parameters, just like Java threads. It's got about 100 to 200 different kinds of options for me to monitor my system, for me to administer my system. The world gets expanded. When I first saw SAP, what happened? I was using my ERP, my purchase order on a piece of paper. But then I found that SAP was enabling me with 20 transactions for me to do it, 20 different options for me to do it. That change which SAP brought to your business is what Solution Manager can bring to your IT. So you'll be able to think beyond what you're doing and add more value to your business. It just does not end with my technical. What I told was technical operations. But then what it scales up beyond is business process operations. If you have any process, order to cash, stock, aging, system can start monitoring the entire process chain and optimize it for you. It's not just technical monitoring. Technical monitoring anyone can do. And even if I do, it doesn't bring a difference. I'll put it this way. I'll just clean the garbage out, all the papers out. That's technical monitoring. Fine, done. After that, what? I need to rearrange the chairs for optimal usage. That is where the best benefits comes for my business. So I need both. So first cleanup, technical operations, which is for the basic environmental hygiene. Then comes the reorganizing, which is the process optimization. Not only that, we give you step by step on how to leverage. You don't have to do big bang. You might get scared. How do I reach there? There are step by step. Take the lowest level, be sure, stabilize, then take the next steps. I'll be discussing one more small point called Customer Center of Excellence. So we discussed about enterprise support. That's a licensing model of an agreement. Within that, we discussed Solution Manager as a tool. Using this tool, it's not only a piecemeal, just a tool. It should be some model in which how my IT operation should be. That's called Customer Center of Excellence, CCOE. So wherein SAP believes that if you set up a CCOE or IT organization, increase its maturity level to become a CCOE. What do I mean by a CCOE? What we have found is customers who increase the maturity level of their IT by implementing certain standards. Standards like what? How to monitor. Just like what this building, if there is a fire, there should be a way to escape. Just like that, for all of the standards on how to run my business, there should be a predefined standard. SAP has defined it for you. All you have to do is look at it, adapt it for your business. In case you have done it, what we have found is your solution availability compared to a normal customer, it increases by up to 4%. Even a 1% change, you are part of your IT team, you are part of your SLAs, you struggle day in and day out. So it's a big change which we have seen from other customers. It's not only on availability, it's cost per FTE, change management effort, lots of dimensions. Just a sample of dimensions is what I brought here. So in case you move on to advanced CCOE, your support maturity index and your business to leverage more from SAP increases. CCOE has got 2 levels, primary certification and advanced. Primary is simple, it's a self-service. All you have to do is have basic sets, OSS note numbers, everything is there. Just go to the net, download the notes, implement it. These are the basics. The difference between primary and advanced is primary ensures that you don't have crisis situations. If you have a crisis, what to do? Just like a first aid kit. The bare minimum which an organization should have. If you're not having any of these, it means that we are doing injustice for our business. As simple as that. Let me go into advanced. Advanced is for a proper health check. So there are about 16 standards which SAP has defined, grouped into 11 notes. Amazing documentations are available. We need to look at each one of them which is relevant for us. I might not be doing it today because my business did not have that pain today, but it does not stop me. Probably I come from a place where I don't jog because I don't know about cholesterol. Doesn't stop me from getting a heart attack? No, I might be at a risk. So that risk for my business should be avoided. That is all these standards are all about. There's about 16 standards available. At the end of it, you'll be ITIL compliant. It's based on ITSM framework as well. So what is the action plan? We have discussed a lot. So we have discussed a engagement between SAP and us. We have discussed a tool. We have discussed CCOE as a...
Before you go to the action plan, I want to step in. I mean, some of you have been with me for quite some time. For example, BPCL, we've set up the first CCC with Mahindra, we set up the CCC. In the earlier days, we used to call it CCC, Customer Center of Excellence. At that point of time, in SAP, we did not have the necessary infrastructure tools to make it possible for customers to do more. So at that time, it was more like a tick list. We used to go to customers, review their internal business processes. The customers used to have their own tools. Somebody used Remedy, somebody had his own tools for monitoring. So CCC was the first concept which got rolled out in 2003, 4, and 5. But as we matured and our tools matured and the ITIL standards matured, we came up with this concept of advanced CCOE. Today, many of our customers, by and large, who took CCC in those days, should look at moving to advanced CCOE. The global customers like Colgate, even the customers like Philips, Morris?
No, Philips.
Philips and others are already looking
Philips,
at it because
Bosch.
now the model has changed. There is an ABAP factory. There is a basis. There is a globalization. There are companies which are now working in their own centers and managing your systems for you. For example, I think a lot of customers also have people who have outsourced it to partners. So this concept has now come in again, and we wanted to bring it to the table with you guys because we just wanted to make you aware that this indirectly helps you to look at your IT infrastructure in a different way. That was about the CCOE. I'm sorry to interject, but just wanted to give a background of what is exactly CCOE.
So now we have discussed all. So going back, what do I expect you to do? First one is what we discussed. So by end of today, you would have explored the value. We'll be discussing with you in much detail as to what is this all about. What is the value that you'll be getting and what is the scope that we are discussing here. After you go back, we expect you to define your own roadmap based on the building blocks which fits your business needs. And then implement, everyone will be having it, but it's just like a hammer for a mosquito. We are just having it, but we have not exploited the full benefit. So when I say implement, you'll be getting the best out of each of the functionalities in this. Based on that, you'll be optimizing your IT and then empowering your IT organization. The end result is my IT team should be much more advanced. To help you, you have a huge portfolio of expert guided implementation which will help you to achieve whatever we are discussing here. Expert guided implementation is nothing but a 5-day workshop wherein we train you day one, or every day morning I give you a training, afternoon you do it in your system. End of the 5 days, for let's say I take technical monitoring, connect my systems, am I having a proper performance? This is one of the scenario. End of 5 days you'll be having the technical monitoring on for some of your systems, plus you know how to cascade. So probably next year or sometime when we meet, when I say you have accomplished everything, what do I mean? In case you have accomplished, you will be having your all systems on Solution Manager, all process, all documentation, trainings, almost everything will be streamlined on Solution Manager Enterprise Edition. The benefits, some benefits that we'll be discussing here will be, in case we are advanced CCOE certified, in case I've utilized Solution Manager to the fullest, everything, what do I see? I have significant lesser production on issues. That's the first benefit for my business. Second one is whatever solutions which SAP offers, I'll be able to bring it better into my system. So these are the significant benefits. All documentations are there. So we have discussed quite a length and width of topics. So any questions, probably I can take it before we jump into the details.
Regard to the documentation part, you said you have to bring all the documentation. Now, let's say if there is a tool already which the company has invested into, like for example, SharePoint, where we are maintaining all the documentation part of it. So how effective is Solution Manager in, integrating with that tool to?
Solution Manager is open source. It means that it is tightly integrated with many of the third-party solutions. There are two aspects to this. Number one is it needs to be reflective of what you have got in the system. So I cannot 100% be certain whether your SharePoint is 100% reflecting what you have got in business. So the first step is I need to bring everything back from what is available today in your system. That is something which Solution Manager can do. And then comes a question of integrating between, probably Rajiv can also take it deeper.
Sorry. Just to add on to what Shiva was saying, so if you have documentation in SharePoint, for example, right? So at least what we expect is they are linked back into Solution Manager. This is the least we expect, because as Shiva showed in one of the slides, and Colgate is sitting right here, so we talk about the term that was coined by Colgate, actually, the single source of truth. Yeah. So we want Solution Manager to be the single source of truth. Yeah. So for that, the bare minimum we require is at least you link your document so that when you come into Solution Manager, you know what are the business processes that are running on your systems, what systems are there in your landscape, how are they working together, etc. And any documentation that is available, let's say in SharePoint, the bare minimum you should do is at least link them back into Solution Manager. If not, actually move them. I mean, Shiva was explaining that you could also move them, there's no issue. But then that's typically not so pragmatic. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it's not easy that you move back, and there are certain advantages of doing things, let's say in SharePoint, let's say version controlling and so on and so forth, which might be better in these tools because these are built for document management. Solution Manager is built for IT management, right? So the bare minimum we expect is that you link them back into Solution Manager so that we have the single source of truth.
Thanks.
There was one more question on that side.
I know there are a lot of things that we can do in Solution Manager, and I come from Aditya Birla Group. We are discussing with a lot of partners, how do we go. Each comes with a different approach. Now I'm sure there are a lot of people in this forum that have already done and have already implemented a lot of things. What is SAP and Indus? How do we, as a customer, as a new entrant, how do we avail those benefits is something that I would want. Because we are at a clean slate. I know there are a lot of things which are coming, but how do we leverage?
I think there was one slide with respect to the how to build a roadmap.
Yeah, that's the pyramid part of it. I know that's a pyramid.
So that's more from a application point of view, which ones are, the ones that you can start with and which you can go later. So from our
maybe
experience,
specific questions. Yeah. I'm sure industries like Colgate-Palmolive or say BPCL are at an advanced stage of, can we as a new entrants get some benefits, or no, this is the better approach? Because it's a clean slate. Every partner has their own understanding. How do we get to that level of maturity is something that we are lagging.
So, I mean, you being here, I think is the first step. I mean, we really appreciate that. You will see with the awards, etc. So we also have our winners presenting today. You will also see how they have done with the recognition they've got here with these awards as well. You will see how they have done their journey. With Indus and with the special interest group, one of the things that we would like to do is, this group to become much more active and customers come forward to share their experience. Yeah? So this has been, 2 years ago when I talked to the Indus board to create the special interest group, one of the big things was customers to collaborate with each other. And so far what we have done is we've done many info sessions, for example from SAP side, to share knowledge about what we do. We did webinars, etc. We also did a customer session in Labs India, where customers across India have come down to Labs India to look at Solution Manager 7.1. Some of you also participated in that. So we did in SAP Labs, where we demoed just when or even before Solution Manager was released to the market. We'd actually given a preview of Solution Manager in Labs India. So with the special interest group, we've been trying to do that, but we also need customers to come forward and drive these kind of things. If you have such a requirement, you should bring it to the Indus, and then we should come together. Like for example, if you have done anything, you should also obviously share it, and then we can bring in the collaboration. From the SAP point of view, we've been trying to share information, but then I think what you're more looking at is other customer examples. I think that gives much more benefit.
So just to add to what Rajiv said, the primary motivation for being part of the user group is twofold. One, you share successes, which is what the likes of Colgates and the winners share, what they have done, how they have done, and others can question and gain knowledge from them. The second part of sharing is sharing your challenges. So if there are specific challenges that you have, or if you are going through an implementation and you would like to share your experience and challenges, again, that's something which you can let us know. And what Indus is also trying to do is to create an online platform exclusively for Indus members, where you can also post in your queries if there are any specific questions which other customers can respond online. Or if you want to connect to a particular customer, saying that, okay, I would like to meet a particular customer, so-and-so customer who has already done or gone through the process, Indus is a platform which enables you to connect to those customers as well. So that you can, once you connect, then it's up to you two to go back and try and answer whatever questions you have. So ultimately, it all boils down to us, which means that as a customer, I need to share my success. As a customer, I need to share my challenges. That is how the community grows as such.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we hope that the community becomes much more active going forward. I mean, it's been just about 2 years. So I'm talking about the special interest group of Solution Manager, which we started in May 2010. So it's members like you who have to come forward and then participate, so to speak. I mean, we'd be more than happy to support from our side. Mukesh is there as our liaison from SAP, and specifically for the special interest group, we have myself and my colleague Sonal, who've been driving the activities so far. So if there's anything that's required from SAP side, so any new information that's required, etc., that's where we come in, so we can bring in that information from various sources. So we had info sessions done by colleagues from Germany, for example, when the knowledge was not available, let's say from India and so on and so forth in the past. So we are there to help. But I think the community can move forward only when you guys can come together. Yeah. Sure. Thank you. Any other questions, please?
Thanks for your time.